1 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Asma Hafiz. First, the headlines. Prime Minister will address 79th session of the UN General Assembly in New York today. Pakistan and Nepal have reiterated commitment to continue exploring avenues for enhancing bilateral and regional cooperation. Pakistan and Iraq have agreed to further deepen and broaden the scope of existing bilateral ties. Palestinian president has called on international community to impose sanctions and expel Israel from the UN following genocide in Gaza. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif will address the 79th session of the UN General Assembly in New York today. A weekly news briefing in Islamabad, Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said Prime Minister will raise issues of international concern, including Palestine and Jammu and Kashmir disputes, at the World Forum. The spokesperson said Pakistan will continue to highlight the importance of resolution of Jammu and Kashmir dispute for lasting peace and stability in South Asia. Pakistan and Nepal have reiterated commitment to continue exploring avenues for enhancing bilateral and regional cooperation. The resolve was expressed in the meeting between Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and his Nepali counterpart KP Sharma Ole on the sidelines of 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The Prime Minister congratulated KP Sharma Ole on assuming the office of Prime Minister of Nepal. Pakistan and Iraq have agreed to further deepen and broaden the scope of existing bilateral ties. The decision to this effect was made during a meeting between Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and his Iraqi counterpart Mohammad Shia al-Sudani on the sidelines of 79th session of the UN General Assembly in New York today. Prime Minister lauded cordial ties between two brotherly countries, reinforced by strong historical, cultural and religious affinities. The two leaders also exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual interest. Managing Director, International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, says she had productive meeting with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. In a post on social media platform X, she said, "We discussed Pakistan's new fund-supported program, helping ongoing recovery, disinflation, increased tax fairness, and reforms to create new jobs and inclusive growth." Chairman of Prime Minister's Youth Programme Rana Mashood Ahmad Khan says government is taking steps to form a Youth Advisory Council. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said 7,000 to 9,000 young applicants have applied for government's National Youth Council programme. He said 100 youth brilliant minds will be shortlisted for Prime Minister's Youth Advisory Council. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian Notorious National Investigation Agency has launched extensive raids and search operations across various locations in Rajouri and Riasi districts. The dreaded NIA targeted multiple houses in the operation, leading to arrest of several local Muslim youths. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has called on international community to impose sanctions on Israel and also its exclusion from the United Nations following genocide in Gaza. During his speech at the United Nations General Assembly, Mahmoud Abbas said Israel must be stripped of United Nations membership for failing to accept a two-state solution to the conflict and for not allowing return of Palestinian refugees to their homes. The United Nations says Israeli forces' violence in Lebanon has displaced over 90,000 people from their homes. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs tallied number of displacements with data from International Organization for Migration, which fears that the numbers to increase. United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said recent escalation of violence is also affecting education, health and other vital civilian facilities in Lebanon. World Tourism Day is being observed today to recognize power of travel and tourism in connecting cultures, promoting global peace and boosting economies worldwide. This year, the theme of the day is Tourism and Peace. And that's all from the newsroom. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.